still looking at factoring trinomials where a is greater than 1. But the difference here is from the last video is I don't have a greatest common factor. So I'm going to have that a value out front, and I need to know how to deal with it from here. So we're going to use what's called the AC method. We call it the AC method because we're dealing with the a and the c. What you're going to do is you're going to multiply the a and the c term together. You're going to multiply them together. 2 times 3 is 6. We're going to find factors of 6 that add up to 7 in the middle. We got 1 and 6. Now, this next step is probably the most important step in what we're doing and the most easily confused. We're going to rewrite that first term. It's 2x squared. I'm going to rewrite that last term at some point. I can do it now. I'm going to rewrite 7x in terms of our factors. We have plus 1x plus 6x, and we have our factors there. Now, we're going to use this method called factor by grouping, where we group the first 2 terms together, group the second 2 terms together. You find a GCF in each group. 2x squared and 1x both have an x in common, so we take that out. What's left over is a 2x plus 1. Now, for this process to work, factor by grouping process, you need to be left with a 2x plus 1 in the second set of parentheses as well. We take out a common factor, happens to be 3, and it's a positive 3, so we pull out, so I put the plus 3 with it. We have one final step after this, and it's still dealing with a GCF. We technically have 2 terms split up by a plus sign. Each of these terms have a set of parentheses with 2x plus 1 in it. We have 2x plus 1 that we take out. Once it's taken out, it's gone. What's left over is an x plus a 3. And that's what it factors into. This is kind of a foolproof method. It doesn't take any guessing and checking. You can do the trial and error method if you want. But again, this is kind of the approach that I take here. Next, we're going to look at 4 examples of these. Second one here. Start by multiplying a and c. 3 times 10 is 30. I need to find factors of positive 30 that add up to negative 11 in the middle. Those factors, if you need to list them, we got this, 3, 10, 5, and 6. 5 and 6 happens to be our winning combo, and both of them need to be negative. So we rewrite the first term. We rewrite the middle in terms of our factors that we found. So minus 5x, minus 6x. That order in the blue here does not matter at all. And then we rewrite that last term. We always need 4 terms to make this process work. Again, blue terms, doesn't matter the order that it's in. Group the first 2, last 2, take out the common factor. 3x squared minus 5x, they only have x in common. So 3x minus 5 is left over. Once again, for this process to work, 3x minus 5 needs to be left in the second set as well. To make that happen, you take out the greatest common factor. It just happens to be negative 2. All right, you need to take out a negative to switch the signs. We finish the problem out. Both of these have 3x minus 5 in them. We take that common term out. We rewrite what's left over. Left over is an x minus 2. There's your solution. There's your factored form. Again, FOIL it out to check your answer if you need to. Next, same stuff, just more problems, more practice. Multiply first and last, A and C. We get 40. Factors of 40 that add up to negative 10 or 14 are negative 4 and negative 10. As I was starting to say, rewrite the first term, 5x squared. Rewrite the middle term in terms of the factors that you found. I'm going to switch them around just because. It'll be a minus 5 or 10x minus 4x, just showing you that it doesn't matter the order. I rewrite the last term, plus 8. We group them. 5x squared minus 10x, they have a 5x in common, so we have a little bit more than an x coming out, constant coming out with it. And then we have x minus 2 left over. We need an x minus 2 to be left over in the second set as well. To make that happen, we need to pull out a negative 4. Signs need to change. Go ahead, take out the common factor one more time. It happens to be x minus 2. 5x minus 4 is left over. And there's your factored form. Last one. 4x squared plus 16 plus 15. Multiply first and last. Get 60. Factors of 60 that add up to 16. 10 and 6. Rewrite the first term. Rewrite the middle in terms of the factors that you found. Plus 10x, plus 6x. Rewrite the last term. Group them, first two, last two. Common factor time. 4x squared and 10x have 2x in common. We rewrite what's left over. Happens to be 2x plus 5. We need to be left with a 2x plus 5 to make that happen again. Common factor happens to be 3. And then we're pretty much here at the end. We take out the common factor one more time, which happens to be the shared parentheses, 2x plus 5. We rewrite what's left over, a 2x plus 3. And your expression is factor.